Hello, this is Carl May 2949324, and this is vlog explaining camera ops. So first of all, I'm going to explain. Hello, this is Carl May, student number 2949324, and this is my vlog explaining camera ops. Yeah. So first of all, I'm going to be explaining focus. For the purpose of this vlog, I'm going to be using this bottle as an example. So focus is something you would use in an interview. Say you want to focus on your interviewee, or you want to focus on a background or a foreground. So obviously right now, as you can see, we are focusing on the bottle, but say if we want to focus on something else, such as the background, then you would need to change your camera ops in order to focus more on the background. Hello, this is Carl May, student number 2949324, and this is my vlog explaining camera ops. So first of all, we are going to start off with the focus. Basically, this is a good technique if you want to do an interview. So if you want to focus on your interviewee, or perhaps you're filming a landscape and you want to focus on a particular area, either in the foreground or the background. So for this example, I'm going to be using my water bottle and my radiator. So as you can see, everything is pretty much in focus now. But obviously, if you want one particular thing to be more in focus, first of all, you can just easily use your camera to focus on that particular object, or you may need to change your camera settings to focus on the particular object. So first of all, I'm going to focus on my bottle. Okay, obviously you can tell that the lighting has definitely gone up. That's one example you could use. But say if you want to focus more on the radiator, then obviously you need to focus more on the radiator. Yeah, and that is basically how you do it. Okay, for this next part, we are going to be talking about iris. So your iris, which should be on the side of your camera, the button, I mean, basically that means how much light you're letting in. So, um, this is something you would use if you're shooting outdoors, but also indoors. So, say if you don't have the best lighting, you may need to change your camera settings in order to get a better lighting, or the one that you want, or what you think is most suitable for what you're filming. So right now my lighting is actually pretty good. I'm using a natural light right here, but say if I want to add more light, then you need to change your iris. So let's add some more light. Okay, that's pretty good. A little too bright, so let's bring it down to medium. Yeah, but say if you're in a too bright room, then you might need to darken your iris. Okay, yeah, there you go. That's really, really dark. That's actually pretty dark for this video. So let's bring it back to medium iris. Okay, and yeah, basically you would need to change this, and there are different options like f as I was saying, there are different options for your iris. You could use 1.6, no, sorry, 1.9, 5.6, or excuse me, f.1.9, sorry, f1.9, sorry, f5.6, and f16. So those are basically your three main options, and really, it's up to you to see what you want, what you think is best for your lighting. It's always best to use natural light, because that's definitely the best light, and it's not something you really need to control. And also, you need to take into account your shallow depth of field. That's when you're thinking about your iris and your lighting. Hi, I'm back, and right now I'm going to discuss gain. So gain is kind of similar to iris in terms of lighting. You can either use auto or manual. Right now for this vlog I'm using auto exposure. And basically, the only you should be using your gain when you can't really control your lighting. So, for example, say if you're outside and you're filming something and it's either too light or too dark, and you just need to change your lighting. There are several different examples. For example, on my camera here, I have 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1600. Or it's also known as 0 dB, 9 dB, and 18 dB. It really depends on what camera you're using. Um, One of the problems you might have with your gain is that if you change the lighting a bit too harshly, it can introduce kind of a static, kind of blurring, kind of, you know what you've seen on a television, the staticness. So let's see if I can find an example for you. I'm now using 100 here on the manual exposure. Okay, let's go up to 200. That's still pretty normal. 400, still pretty normal. 800, still pretty normal. And 1600, which is pretty normal. Um, okay, so I've changed the settings from auto to manual. From manual to auto, excuse me. So let's start with 100. Okay, 200, 400, 800, and 1600. As I said before, when you kind of manipulate your lighting on your gain a bit too much, it can introduce a static noise on your video, which is definitely not good. So it's usually better to kind of change your lighting naturally. So either shooting a natural light or maybe just not use a too harsh lighting. Also, when you're filming, it's usually best to avoid an ISO above 800. Usually, anything above under 800 is what's best. You'd probably have to go above 800 for very extreme circumstances. So, usually, under 800 is what's best for you. Okay, so for this next part, in terms of the gain, we're still on gain. I just want to show you the different examples of ISO. Okay. So right now I am filming with a 100. As you can tell, this is kind of a bright light. Honestly, I don't really need it because I'm already in a natural lighting environment. Okay, I'm now filming with 200. This is really, really bright. Honestly, if you were here, you'd probably think I was in Spain or somewhere like that. But no, still here in Ireland. And as you can tell, I definitely do not need this much light. I mean, it does make it look good, but like I said, a natural light is really what you need, and that's your best option. Okay, I'm now filming with a 400 light. This is way, way too much. Very kind of heaven, halo, glow kind of a thing. So I guess the only plus is that this red bottle looks very heavenly, but I doubt that's what you would need for most of your videos. So, like I said, this is just way, way too much. And if anything, it's only going to get brighter. Okay, I'm now filming with 800. Dear God, it looks like the sun is caving in. You know, like, oh God, no, this is way, way, way too much lighting. I mean, I guess some of you may be asking of whether you could use this light for certain circumstances, but like I said, 800 is definitely the highest you should be going when it comes to normal filming. I mean, just looking at this now, it just looks kind of borderline ridiculous. Like this red bottle is like this heavenly god or something. Hi, I'm back, and right now I'm going to show you shutter speed examples. So right now I'm using 1/50 of a second, so I'm just going to show you the different examples. So my shutter is now at 1/8 seconds. This is basically the first example. I am now filming with 1/17 seconds. I am now filming with 1/30 seconds. I think this is definitely the best option in my opinion. Okay, I am now filming with 1/100 seconds. As you can tell, the lighting has definitely changed. We have a very dark, gritty kind of a lighting. Okay, I am now filming at 1/300 seconds. This is a very, very extreme example, and it's highly unlikely you would be going this high in your video shooting. Okay, I am now filming with 150 and I'm going to do that for the continuation of this vlog. So shutter speed is basically something that gives you a very kind of dramatic look, or kind of depends on how you want to film something. Shutter speed can give you a quick exposure or a natural motion blur, and depending on how many frames you use per second, it can kind of depend on, it can kind of give you a certain theme if you're looking for a certain type of shooting or a type of video you're filming. So, for example, if you're using, excuse me, I'm just changing my ISO, sorry, it's now 1600. Let's go down to 200, 100. Hold on. So it's really bright. There we go. That's better. So, as I was saying, say if you want a really dramatic look, you could use 200 frames per second. Interestingly, they actually use that in many action and war films to give it a very kind of dangerous sense of look, if that makes sense. Kind of like if they want to over dramatize the blood and the guts and the violence and all that, stuff. But for example, if you use something like 8 frames per second, this can give them the kind of example of, say, if a character looking quite dizzy or looking like they're high on drugs, so if that's the type of film that you're filming. But say if you were to use it in a normal 150 per second frame rate, it would just look normal, I guess, like they were just dancing or walking around like some weirdo. And now for the final part of this vlog, I'm going to be talking about white balance. For those of you who are really young, this can be like your filter or kind of connected to your lighting. So I'm just going to go away now and just kind of show you different examples. So as you can tell, this first example, we have a very kind of neon blue kind of a lighting. Obviously, this does not look very well with natural light, unless, of course, it's the kind of look that you're trying to film. Okay, now we have this kind of romantic pink red. I actually think this looks. I don't really think this looks very well, especially with my red bottle, but I guess you can be the judge of that. Okay, now I have this kind of sunshine yellow. Again, I don't really think it works with the red bottle. I think you would have to use this for a different example, but who knows, maybe some of you quite like this. Okay, now I'm kind of using this kind of sun-soaked look. Again, I'm not too huge a fan just because of my example that I'm using the red bottle. But like I said, it really does depend on what you're filming. It depends on the look and the theme of your video. Let me just show you another example. Okay, so as you can tell, my white balance is now at 1000. Very kind of a pinky, reddy, very kind of, I don't know if I should say this, but very kind of porn look. I don't know, that's just me. So really, when it comes to white balance, there are two main kind of examples I just want to show you. The first one I'm filming with right now, it's 5600K. It's a very kind of a natural light. Personally, I don't think it really goes with this example. I think I need a better example. So maybe with my door right here. It's very kind of natural light, but right now I don't really need this kind of filter, but I don't know, maybe you guys will like it. Okay, and last but not least, I am showing 3200K. Very, very kind of old school look. I think that's what I think it looks like, but at the same time, very, very natural and kind of a lovely light. Let me just show you with the door again, just a contrast. I actually really like this. It looks very sweet, very lovely. Very. I don't know what you guys think of it. Personally, I actually like it a lot, really. But anyway, that's the end of my vlog showing camera ops. I really hope you guys liked it. I hope you find it useful, and I definitely hope it made sense. Thanks.